good, I think.
Pretty good. That was ball slapping.
Welcome everybody to the 14th. Yeah, fucking listen here, buddy. I'm doing the intro. All right, back it up. Everyone bring it down. Inside voices, okay? Welcome everybody to the 14th Terminally Online podcast episode. We're fucking cranking these bitches out. I shouldn't say that word that early, but, you know.
I'm cranking.
We're out here. Make sure you guys hit up our Patreon. By the way, I'm saying this bright and early, okay? Because I have a really good game show idea that I'm putting together for exclusive for our Patreon. So make sure you go sub to that so you can see it because it'll be lit as hell. Terminally Online, now streaming on all platforms, as long as those platforms are, you know, YouTube and Spotify.
Are we on Rumble yet?
We should be.
I'm on Bumble every day.
No.
Do you say mumble or bumble?
Rumble. Okay, so Rumble's
okay.
like okay, let me set the scene. You hate the news media and you got banned off X and Y and Z, or nobody watches you because free speech or whatever, so you get a Rumble. It's what a lot of like political pundits do when like
Didn't
So
Sneeko
Ms.
do that?
Kiff.
No,
didn't
Ms. Kiff rides the line just well enough. It's like Sneeko,
Yeah, but-
right? Sneeko went to Rumble, didn't he?
Yeah, Sneeko did.
Yeah.
It's like Sneeko, Steve Will Do It, the guy from what's that shit called? Full Send. Although he's not on there anymore. Like those guys. Who else? Ms. Kiff. So yeah, political pundits, sure. That makes sense.
What
Everyone knows Ms. Kiff as the political guy for sure. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that makes sense. Yeah.
Hassan who?
Yes, dude. What's
Who?
the
He got
fucking?
banned.
Is it Truth Social? The fucking.
That's
Trump
the right
Twitter?
wing one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Dude, you wanna know
like,
something
everyone's
crazy?
leaving Twitter. They should go there.
You want to know
I
something
wouldn't
crazy?
say right wing. I would say unbiased.
Okay. I was doing job applications for social media management. And there was actually a job for Truth Social, and I was like, "Isn't this like the
money.
company?" That, I mean, I don't know. Like, I didn't know. Like, I'm not knowledgeable about all these social media platforms, so I was like, "Should I apply to that?" And then I was like, "Nah, I'll just apply to whatever, the government or something. It's probably better. I don't know."
The government.
I
I'll just apply
Yeah,
to
the
the government.
government's better, man.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
I'm just gonna work for a civil service social media. I'll just
I
be
work
like,
for the
"You know
You
government.
want
what,
your
I can-
balls and a vice grip, bro?
I'm salaried by the government. I could get you a job probably.
dude, hook
got
me up,
connects?
please,
Yeah.
please." Yeah,
It's like
need that.
I get the monthly check from my employer, the
Okay.
government.
Yeah.
Job description. It roughly reads like just stay away from general public. Is pretty much my job
Oh.
description.
So, what do you mean stay away from general public?
That's my job description. I just have to stay
Oh.
out of the general public
Okay.
and like just stay
Or you
home.
lose funding.
Yeah.
Wait, is
Don't
this
be
is
seen.
this, have you gotten the email from Doge yet?
No, I haven't. I've heard people have been getting it. I haven't heard or seen anything on it.
Yeah. What have you done in the past 2 weeks?
Nothing.
Cranked my shit. Like, what
Perfect.
else? Crank my
Yeah,
shit.
so I beat
sat
my
in
shit the
bed.
first time. I went to confession, and I beat my shit again.
Okay.
Wait,
so,
you beat your shit in confession?
No, it's like that was like the break in between, because like you know how you
Oh.
have like sometimes, okay, it's like I don't know if everyone feels this, but like sometimes I'll like beat my shit and I'll be like, God, it's like what the fuck am I doing, bro? So I felt that I
so
went to confession.
you gotta reset.
Yeah, I
You have to post
reset.
that clarity.
Yeah, exactly. More
Yeah.
like guilt, but yeah. And then I like was like, dude, it's like I'm feeling really good after like confessing for my sins. I went home and I was like, oh, I should treat myself.
So I'm just gonna crank my shit now and have
Would it-
no problem with it. Thank you, Jesus.
Then I went back to
Thank you,
confession
Jesus.
half an hour later. And he's like, why are you back? And he's like, I did it. I relapsed. I did it again.
It's hard out here.
Yeah.
Do you think? Why haven't we seen Impractical Jokers take a mic into the confessional booth?
That would
That'd be
rock.
fire.
I
That'd be
think
fire.
people would get mad.
My
but-
friends in high school used to
Yeah.
make fun of me when I had long hair and say that I looked like Q from that show.
I've never seen.
You don't have
that
to laugh
show,
so
like,
hard,
and I've-
okay?
I'm sorry.
Here, I won't laugh because I don't even know who Q is. Q Impractical. Oh,
Yeah.
could see the resemblance a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, you know,
More so like the
for the
facial
fans,
structure and the hair than it is like not, you know.
Yeah. For the fans, I could send you a picture of me with like long hair, and you can do it. Jeremy can do
we can do a side by side.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
DMs only to women, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
As it should be.
I would never talk to a man, and I would never touch my wife. Disgusting.
Yeah. Never would touch my wife, never would talk to a man, only just stare at her and them, and then just live your life in this box.
Yeah.
You guys think time's running out?
No. Shut up, Doomer. We're trying to have fun here.
I'm not married yet.
I think
you know
I
what
think
I'm
we're
saying?
I think we're killing the earth every day, and it'll only
Okay,
be
tree hugger. Come on, guys.
Tree hugger.
Yeah,
Dude, I've been playing
with our paper straw or plastic straws. Like,
Look, I've
come
been
on,
playing
man.
Final Fantasy VII. That's the entire plot of the game. Is that like the Earth is dying and they're like draining it of its life. It's like we're kind of doing that in real life.
I swear, this guy plays a new game, makes his personality.
It is
finds
okay,
relations
this game.
to it.
This
in real
game is
life, and then
definitely
he's
my
like,
personality. This game is definitely part of my personality trait, dude. It's like that's what happens. You know, you see a piece of media that is so chef kiss that you're like, okay, yeah, it's like this is a core part of me now for the rest of my life.
That's actually true, though. I feel like
It was
like,
like
there's
me
so
when I
many
saw
games
porn
when
when I was
you're-
13. Like, yeah, this is.
you say stopped porn at 13.
Saw.
Saw. Okay, I was gonna say stop the cat, but
Yeah.
the confessional joke wouldn't have worked in that way. But
Yeah.
saw.
No.
Understandably so. Okay.
Yeah, like I saw
Yeah,
porn.
saw.
I was joking about
Saw.
being like a porn-brained addict.
Oh.
They don't
Not
always
like me,
land.
of
That's the
course.
nature of improv. You know, is that you say it, they can't all
the
land.
hardest part also with improv, because we're all at our physical setups in real life, there's delay with audio, and then like you don't want to talk over each other, but you want to like say your joke to come off, and then it's like you want to like put in your input too. So it's like this is also like a challenging format. And now he's just fake talking. Everybody's fake talking because they hate me, and now it just feels like I'm talking about whatever. Fuck you. Okay, I'm trying to have a nice civil moment explaining like how difficult this format is, and whatever,
I was gonna
bro.
make a joke about how, and sometimes you have audio issues, and your mic stops working.
Oh, see, it's another
But
problem. here.
I did the initial first half of the bit, and I didn't know how to follow it up, so I had to let you call me out.
You just had to commit.
Yeah.
I respect you committing to the bit. Yeah.
I personally don't think it's that hard. I also talk over people, but like that's just kind of the nature of the beast, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
You are a beast.
I think it's more like making the jokes land, and then like when like everybody understands it, that's when you tell a really good joke, because then it's like it's acceptable for everybody to understand it, type of
Yeah.
thing.
No,
Like
Nobody.
the
Okay.
inclusiveness.
Not for tea time, but in the RuneScape community, people aren't allowed to laugh at my jokes. They want to. They want to so bad, but they're not
Well,
allowed
it's because
to.
no one's funny. It's fine. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've I
The
was
bar is so
talking-
low for humor in the RuneScape community, where you're up here, not to glaze you, but it's like you're up here fucking dancing around people, fucking dancing
Keep
on their
going.
graves before they're even dead yet. You're just fucking moonwalking on their fucking humor, and then
I'm
boom,
almost
you
there.
drop a bomb. You drop a bomb.
yeah.
They don't understand anything you're saying. They're like, this guy's serious. This guy thinks he wants to have death banks on UIM. Fuck this guy. He's ruining the game. Blah blah blah. Then all the UIM community hates you. Boom. Reason number one why everybody hates
Wait,
you. There you go.
Did you guys see that tedious tweet, by the way?
No,
Which tweet?
Okay, so a UIM. Sorry, I'm a little sick, guys, but a UIM posted their death bank at Hespori, and it's like stacked, like $5 billion in there.
Oh yeah.
They wiped,
And then
didn't
he's
they?
like,
that was the guy who wiped.
"Nah, he didn't."
Oh, here it
No,
is.
this was just a random.
Yeah, I'm gonna link it. Here you go.
Yeah. Jeremy, put that on the screen. That shit was funny, bro.
Linked.
Like,
Oh yeah.
game
Okay, I
mode-
did see this. I did see
Game
this.
mode not meant to bank.
Yeah,
Using
that's
a
banger.
bank.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't been playing RuneScape that much, guys. To
Good.
be honest, I want to so badly though.
Why?
It's like my favorite. It's my favorite game.
Yeah, but there's like a Brazilian other games. There's a Brazilian, Grillian, games out there that you can play.
I don't know.
I think
am I
here-
just getting old?
I think here's the thing. I think it's like we enjoy the community and like friend group that we've cultivated on RuneScape, so it's so hard to deviate from that. And especially the people you know, because like the people of prevalence and like meaning who are in the community, like they're your friends, they're people you've built relationships with, like all like they're people you aspire to be like. And then it's like, oh, but I don't like RuneScape anymore. So how's that going to work when you just like intentionally do that? And that's kind of something you've been doing, Alex, where you're like distancing yourself to kind of like build up like this repertoire of like solo content for making on like YouTube and like other stuff like that. So it's like, I'm sure it's a challenge for sure.
Yeah, I will say that there is because like the people won't know, and you're not going to know what it is because I'm not going to tell any of you yet. But I've made an entirely new YouTube channel and Twitch channel and everything. And I will say that like recently I got my first like comment on my first video that I made. And I got so stoked when I saw the notification that I was outside when I got it, and I like sprinted inside. It's so silly, but I sprinted inside. I was so stoked so I could reply to his comment. Just because like I was like, it's one thing to have like people in the RuneScape community. I also just don't think that there's anything within RuneScape that I've ever made that I was really like passionate about or proud of, I guess. Like I made videos and I streamed, and it just like I felt like when I was streaming RuneScape for the most part, I was just like playing a game, like a popularity game. And I mean that's streaming like at its core.
Yeah.
But, like I felt like I felt like there was a lot of people that were hanging out or watching me just because like I don't even know how to word it. Maybe just because like it's not an obligation, or because they even like the content that I'm making or like me, but rather like that is where like people were hanging out for a time. So like, you know, that's where you go to like talk to people. So it's more so you're being used as like a social chat room than anything. And that's was my own security. I don't even know if that was true or not, but it was just the vibe that I was getting. I was talking to someone yesterday about how like they've been removed from the RuneScape community for so long, and they left it behind and it was whatever. But I was explaining to them how like I felt like RuneScape, the community, whether it be Twitter or Twitch, I view it as like high school lunch tables. You know, it's like everyone at every individual table thinks that they're the hot shit. So they shit talk all the other tables.
Drama.
I'm just saying, that is how it is, bro. Everyone thinks they're the hot shit, but then it's crazy to me, and this is with any community ever for a video game like this, that like people judge like their value and self-worth as a person based off of how good they are at the game. Like there's actively people on Twitter and in Twitch and just in RuneScape in general, obviously, that like genuinely think that they're better people because they're better at the game. They're like, oh, dude,
That's a crazy disconnect to see.
When I was watching the
Runefest,
live stream, the entire chat so the guitarist that plays, his name is Cole Rowland, and he's been making YouTube videos of doing guitar remixes for years. I remember watching him and Lauren Babick fucking cover Every Time You Touch fucking 10 years ago or some shit when I was in high school. Yeah. And it was sick. I mean, this is like a world famous like YouTuber guitarist. I mean, he's transcended the YouTuber bit, I'm sure, but like this guy plays shows for a living. Like he's a musician for a living. And he was talking to Josh Strife Hayes, another insanely like successful
huge
content creator, huge guy with 1 million subs. And like Josh Strife Hayes made a guide on how to get like your first fire cape or whatever at some point. And Cole was saying like, yeah, I remember watching that because I was struggling to get my first fire cape. And like somewhat recently.
That's sick.
And like the entire chat was just people fucking like laughing at them and flaming them because they were like bad at the game. And I'm like, you guys are losers, bro. I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
like these guys are like world famous, super popular people with careers based on like them being popular, right? Like that is literally their career. You're a musician, you live off of being popular. You're a YouTuber, you live off being popular. And like they're getting flamed because they have fire capes. It's like, holy shit, how lost are some of these people? It blows my mind.
Okay, but Messiah probably has an infernal cape. I mean,
It's like, yeah, he
And
does.
he's a DJ, and he makes shorts, and he's hot, and he's just listing everything that's good about him. So what about that? What about that?
That was a disconnect that I like thought of. I was like, but like, then you think of Messiah, and it's like, but people aren't flaming him, and it's because he's good at the game. So it's like the fact that he's good at the fact that he's good at the game. Sorry, the fact that anyone is good at the game is the primary, and their other successes are a secondary. And it's like without the primary, the secondary doesn't mean shit to anyone, and that is fucking crazy to me.
It's insane. I think like there needs to, I mean, you can't change anything about a community, especially like one that's as big as ours is. I mean, it's niche. It's very niche. But when you take like a social landscape of like humiliating somebody who is of like a great stature in like content creation and people who you should look up to that are outside of the category, it shows how pinholed people's opinions and like how they think about everything is, because RuneScape is a small facet of a very larger community that is streaming content creation, YouTube, whatever, podcast, whatever is. Like we're like
agree.
top 30. We're like nothing comparatively to anything else.
But
get in while it's early, because Tyler 1's gonna come to RuneScape soon. You want to be on that train? I'm gonna be on that train.
Wait, did he say he was actually gonna like he's gonna play it for sure?
Not for sure, but my intuition anyway.
I believe it. I believe it.
But
I think if they come out with
sorry, by the way.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Not to detract from Alex's point, by the way.
No, I think you actually just undermined everything that I said. I really can't believe it's like we're supposed to be friends. We're supposed to be friends, and you kind of took everything that I said and you reduced it to just nothing. And for what? For your own ego, so that you could be Mr. Right. Is that what it is?
He's literally monologuing Breaking Bad. Oh my god, man.
I am the one.
We gotta get this guy's brain studied. Yeah, you're the one who shuts the fuck up right now.
Fine.
Shit.
It is sad though. I mean, I also feel like this tier list thing going around too. It's like, I don't know. I
think tier lists can be fun. But when you start taking it seriously is when it's no longer fun. And I think that's part of the issue too, is that not everyone, a majority of the people who play this game that we all share in common, even though I've stopped playing recently, like everyone just takes themselves too seriously, man. It's like with the Creator Clash thing. I thought the Creator Clash from Runefest was a genuinely good idea. It was a good bit, and I thought it was very fun. But like, oh my god, the entire chat was so insufferable the entire time. And like even Twitter, it's like people were just like making fun of it the entire time. And it's like, dude, it's just like a fun thing.
That's the thing though, is that like when it comes to when you have a chronically online audience for a game, they're always going to take anything that involves real life and then minimize it to being the most cringe, awful, whatever. If things don't go like 100% right, they're like, oh, this is cringe, I'm not watching this. It's like, then it's not for you. It really isn't, because it's for people who appreciate the game and want people to succeed and have fun and do stuff. And that's why those people don't go to Runefest, because you're probably ugly and you have an anime profile picture and you're a loser. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
But honestly,
yeah.
Sorry, it's like just real quick, I want to say genuinely to fucking, I think the creators up there were RS Guy, C Engineer, Torvesta, Bunny Bop, and Z Cookies. Like, all 5 of those guys, fucking kudos. because getting up there and like making content that is like it's embarrassing in nature, and like being able to just like make that kind of stuff and laugh at yourself is not an easy thing to do for a lot of people. And like doing that in front of, thousands of people is even harder. So fucking big ups to those guys, because I genuinely I loved that segment. It was really fun.
It's like doing a school project, but in front of like, how many people were on the live stream? Like 50,000 people or something, 40,000. I don't know how many people were on it, but
probably. I mean, then you also had the people that were there, which is another couple. Like,
true, because you could be streaming and then be in a room full of 5 people and be like, I'm chilling. But then if you're a bad public speaker, like it's very challenging to get in front of a group of your peers who you like look up to and not be intimidated about sharing something that you like, is going to be quote unquote cringe to the masses, but also at the same time, like it's an extension of yourself, of what you can create and like make for the community. So like people are going to judge you no matter what you put out. So it's a rough spot to be in for sure.
Not to like, I know everybody's situation is different, but I think it's really difficult to create something out of nothing as a musician. Like you have to be so in the moment, and I feel like RuneScape players, foundationally are not outside creatures. So it's also like people don't buy in anymore as much. Like when you go to your job or to camp or your church or whatever you do, like you got to buy into the group mentality a little bit. You put in what you get out, sort of.
Yeah.
And I feel like, yeah, maybe my MO is edgy or absurdist humor, but when I'm IRL or with a different group, maybe the humor is just puns and dad jokes or memories. Like you got to code switch a little bit. And I feel like people are so stubborn and won't give anybody the time of day that they don't switch to their environment. So.
Yeah, I guess, that makes sense. And that would also kind of explain why, like, at least I feel in the last, I've been in the RuneScape community I've been in the online, like, Twitter sphere of RuneScape for 8 years now. Since, like 2017, 2018, so whatever. And
okay, and
it just I definitely feel like back then it was definitely mean. It was definitely mean-spirited. People's nudes were getting leaked. People were talking shit. Like it was crazy.
That's a crazy era.
It was the wild fucking West, bro. But like genuinely, I feel like even though like the community on the surface feels like a lot nicer with the Twitch sphere, especially underlying that, it's so, I would argue it's meaner, because like people are just shit talking like behind the scenes, and like everyone is like, not everyone, again, I keep saying everyone is a generalization, but like people are so like fake nice, you know what I mean? So it feels,
it's a political game for sure.
It feels meaner in a way. I remember when I was talking to my friend about this, I used the example of Brett Dog, and I was like, and I feel like Brett Dog is just at his own table doing his own thing, being a genuinely great fucking awesome guy. And like we need more people like that, who are genuinely just nice as fuck and awesome and like supportive and just sweet, endearing human people. We need more kindness in the world, guys. Be the kindness.
Dog is
in
the
world.
goat.
He is. He genuinely is. I loved hearing like people who met him at Runefest for the first time, like hearing their like impressions of him and like saying how sweet he was and how nice he was, and like just being able to like hang out with him and like experience what is Brett Dog in real life is just so nice, because obviously me and Ubaru at least have had that opportunity as well, and he is genuinely one of the nicest people I've ever met in my entire life. He's awesome.
Definitely. Yeah, he's up there. Like he is so gentle and kind, and like it just like reverberates through him. Like that there's like no malicious part about him at all. Like like you have nothing to worry about with Brett Dog, and it's so nice, because you can just be comfortable and just enjoy spending time with somebody. You don't have to think about like, oh, what's this person thinking? Like
Yeah.
You don't. Like, it's just a genuine connection, and like I think we definitely need more of that in the community. It's hard to foster that though, because like you said, there are people behind the scenes who like may or may not think these things of you, but like you can't really do anything about that. It just happens over time. So like
Absolutely.
I'm
And people have to want to be better. Like
yes.
I'm not innocent either. You know, I have shit talked and I have been mean, and like I know that. But like, you know, you got to hit a point where it's like, okay, it's like I'm also just not being a normal human person. Like I got to evolve.
Like
a little bit.
I think we've all, like all three of us, have gotten wrapped up in our own type of thing behind the scenes, and then been like, okay, we need to take a step back because this is becoming too apparent that we care too much. And I think that's what happens. Like you develop.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like you just like you have a sense of belonging, but then it becomes like too much like real life, and it's like, okay, I'm online right now. I got to relax for a bit. I gotta delve out of my online persona and be Steve for a minute. I don't need to be Ubaru or whatever, you know? Yeah.
Reaper.
Weird.
That's
Oh man.
Dude, Minecraft movie? What are we thinking? It's gonna be ass
I'm
or what?
so excited. It's gonna be
I think
ass.
it's gonna be good.
I think it's gonna be like so bad that it's good type of thing. But
I think it's gonna be like the
stoked.
Sonic movies. Everybody was hate watching the Sonic movies. Those movies are so fun.
Did the newest one come out already? The one with Shadow?
Yep.
Okay, because I wanted to
Well,
watch
no,
all
not
three.
with Shadow.
I
don't
wanted to
think so,
watch.
anyway.
I wanted to watch all three of because there's three of them, right? This is the
Oh,
third
maybe
one.
the one with Shadow. I just
third
watched
one, yeah.
one and
The,
two.
the second one had Knuckles in it, and I haven't seen that
the,
one.
The Echidna.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
I feel like I'm Knuckles, low key.
and he's played by fucking
You think so?
what's his name, Idris Elba, which is crazy, by the way.
That's fire.
Yeah, I want to see the second one. I wanted to watch like all three of them in a row. When does that one come out?
Which one is Keanu Reeves? That Shadow?
I think it's Shadow.
Dude, listen, I think Jim Carrey probably has a deal with some alien, but like he's the GOAT.
Like you mean
Well,
like
like,
the alien gave him like
came out
powers
3
to
months
melt his
ago.
face? Like what do you mean?
The new Sonic movie came out. What I'm saying is like I feel like Jim Carrey, like I've heard interviews of him and how he talks about life, and I would literally shoot a bullet through my head than listen to him. No offense. He's a great actor though.
Do you know about like the tragedy in his life of his like past partner? Did you hear about
No,
that?
I don't.
So there's this whole like controversy with his past partner. I'm not like 100% knowledgeable about this, so like if I'm wrong, you guys can Google it afterwards or whoever's listening. But like apparently he had a partner, and they were like very much in love, and then I guess she ended up unaliving herself and wrote a note and was basically like tied him into it in some way, but then like he was denying any like involvement in it. And then like I think ever since then he's had this looming like depression on him where he's like subjugated it to like now I only make stuff that's like fun for me to make type of thing, which is like totally valid because he was the funny guy for 30 plus years in movies that people were watching him, and then he was like, okay, I'm just gonna like make art. And then I think people kind of devolved him into this like crazy entity like guy who's like better than other people, but I think he's just like turbo depressed is like the vibe I'm getting. So
Okay, maybe I wouldn't shoot myself in front of him then.
yeah, I don't think that would help.
Rethink that one.
I don't think that would help. Yeah, but I get what you're saying because it's like it's such a dark moot like conversation, but there's nuance to everything. Like you don't really know what somebody's going through. It's hard to tell.
I just like when he talked about like his views on life and like what he thinks about the world and everything, I was like, I feel like some people get too lost in the sauce sometimes, you know?
For sure.
Like there's the David Goggins and then there's the Jim Carrey, and that's
oh
the
my
scale.
god. Dude, I remember there was a period where I wanted to get so healthy that I was reading David Goggins' book and getting completely brainwashed because I was like, I need to do something. I'm too fat. Like, I feel horrible. But then that guy's like, I run like 50 miles a day and my feet look like this under my shoe. And I'm like, okay, I'm not trying to be that guy. So I stopped reading the book
rock
at like
climbing toes, bro. In the little
dude, it's bad. It's bad.
Shoes.
Have you seen LeBron's feet too? They're like
no
that because they have like compression socks. Yeah, sorry, what were you saying?
I was gonna say I used to watch so many rock climbing videos. It's all nothing crazy.
Dude,
Oh, okay.
I feel like, Alex, you find yourself in like something you're interested in, and then you exhaust it, and then you move on.
That is
Totally.
true.
That's the vibe
That
I
is
get.
true. I definitely, especially with content that I consume, um, but I don't hate it either, because like because I watch so many different things randomly, and I watch it so extensively when I do watch it, I get a lot of inspiration from these things. And like when it comes to like how to structure videos or like editing ideas or something like that. That's why I literally don't watch any uh RuneScape YouTube. When especially when I was making
Interesting.
RuneScape videos for a short period. Like it
Yeah.
just I didn't like at no point did I ever want to do what anyone else was doing. Like I have a video that's like half edited in the tuck that's never gonna see the light of day, and it's nothing like anyone has ever made. And it's like I think Oob might know about it, or Oob definitely knows about it.
Hmm.
I don't know if Noah does, but the
I do not.
it's a video where I was playing my RuneScape 3 gym, and I was gonna compare the old school to RS3 videos, but I
Oh
was
yes.
or the RS3 to old school bosses, the ones that are the same. Um,
Yeah.
and it was like super extensively edited. I got like 5 minutes into the video, and then I just started to really resent RuneScape as a whole. So I stopped. I was like, I'm not gonna finish this because I'm
It's a
not
hard spot
passionate
to
about
be
it
in.
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to lock myself into doing this series, even though it was such a good idea and I worked so hard on this video, especially the intro for it. Like, I just didn't want to lock myself into this series and then not be like, not play the game, because then I would just be logging in to get fucking B-roll, and like that's just creating content is supposed to be fun.
That's what most creators do, or at
Yeah,
least they get somebody to do it for them. They get all the B-roll compiled by other people.
It's like I
Yeah.
know that for a lot of people that are in the YouTube sphere, especially, like it's their job, so they're way more motivated to do that kind of thing. But it's just
Yeah.
not like, obviously it's not for any of us right now, right? So like, if I'm making a video about anything, I want it to be a passion thing. I don't want it to be like, oh, because excuse me, because if by the miracle of God fucking my YouTube blows up, then this would be really popular then, it's like I don't want to have to worry about this. I'd rather make it and like look back on it and be like, I had a lot of fun making this video. That's why you can
Yeah.
find like on my channel it's still like the funny moments with friends, or like just the clip compilation stuff, because I felt like at the time the RuneScape community needed more of that, because no one was making content with themselves or with other people. So I was like, I want to do a funny moments thing, and it was awesome. I
Yeah.
loved it.
It would be like, if it would be anything, like the only thing I could think of on like a grand scale that people have seen is like when like Settled would make videos where on like his like alt accounts where it's like him, Jimmy, C Engineer, like they're like in a like group of friends that are like fucking around like making videos together. And I guess it's interesting to see that type of like internal like dialogue, because you
Agreed.
don't see that, right? Like
Yeah.
you don't see like C Engineer going like, okay, let me go ask this person about whatever, but they put like a 10-second clip of it in, so you're like, okay, so they're talking to each other, they're friends. That's interesting, that's cool. And then it helps you grow because your audiences get to like come together. So
Yeah,
Well,
like
it also humanizes you a little bit, which I think
True.
some
Yeah.
things lack.
yeah. So like
that's why
I agree
people feel like for the longest time, sorry to cut you off, but I feel like for a long time people didn't like treat Bodhi like he was a fucking human person. He was just
yes.
he was the guy. And so like
Mhm.
if people met him in real life, it was like fucking seeing an alien. And like, but like now he's going to a lot more things, and he's hanging out with other content creators. He's not making content with other people, but he's way more humanized now because so many people have like seen him and got to hang out with him at parties and stuff like that. I think that's important.
Here's how I put it to T Papa. I said, one time Bodhi picked his nose and ate it on stream. That really brought him down to earth, man. That was huge for me. Recognizing humanity. Not only is he the greatest RuneScape player alive, he's constantly pushing the ontological boundary of what it means to be. Nay, not even that. What it means.
Nay.
Nay.
He didn't
You
respond
said,
to that.
you said
He
ontological.
didn't respond? Dude. What the
I
hell, T-Papa?
I was my hope was that when I sent it, because this was when he was at Runefest, he was right next to Bodhi reading it. That was my hope. Not to tell Bodhi, but I just want to put T Papa in that position. I want to watch him
Yeah.
squirm and prod him like he's my fucking science experiment.
I think he already does that. Like, he has a very big fondness of you from the interactions I've had with T Papa. So
I know.
it's definitely interesting.
I gotta do it for T Papa, bro.
No glaze. I fuck with T-Papa's hair right now. I think his hair, what he's done with his hair, looks so good. He looks so good, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's the like up quaff into like the like side. It has a volume because like I remember before I was watching an older podcast. It just popped up randomly. Like it was like base number 7. I think it was Mick Homie and Zoe. I think that's who it was. So it popped up because I was looking up like Mick's older podcast, and then like his hair was a lot more flat, and I was like, damn. He had a glow up, bro. He had the T-Papa had the glow up, bro, for sure. And he's got like the highlights and shit. Like, hey, at least that motherfucker got hair. Might as well use it, you know?
Real shit.
I don't. So I got this.
That was my biggest regret from when I had long hair is I never like dyed it because I got fucking when I was in high school and I wanted to dye it. It's like people like were kind of like my friends at the time were like kind of like laughing at me for the idea. I was like. I just never did it.
They did that to me when I dyed my hair. I had really dark brown hair. And I dyed it black because I had an emo phase. Even though I wasn't really emo, I was just kind of like in that like I'm gonna stretch my earlobes. I'm gonna get like dyed hair. I'm not emo though. I'm like fake emo at that point. Like I'm basically
like a
poser emo.
17-year-old fucking elder emo in the current day.
Basically.
Were you in high school when you started losing your hair, by the way?
I was at the end of high school when I was losing it because like in our stairwells, I remember this very vividly. In the stairwells, we had like a 4-story high school. So it was like 11th or 12th grade, I think. Yeah, I think I was a junior. I was like running up and then somebody from downstairs, like you'd always meet friends in the hallway as you're like going like down, like in like the U formation. So like he'd see the back of my head. He's like, yo, you're going bald, bro. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then I went home and I realized the crown of my head was actually like receding. Then I'm like, my brother's living with me at the time because he's getting jaw surgery. He's like 7 years older. So I was like, is this bad? And he's like, yeah, dude, you're going bald. And then my mom's like, no, you're fine, sweetie. You're fine. Don't worry about it. I'm like, no, I think I'm going bald. Like I should probably do something about this, right? My mom's going, you'll be fine. My mom gaslit me, bro. Fuck my mom, bro. That she gaslit me. I didn't get on minoxidil. I didn't get on the shit I needed to get on. Like I didn't get hair transplant surgery. So now I'm cooked, bro. It is what it is. But I actually like my bald head. It's kind of nice. I don't really mind it anymore.
I think being bald is tech when you can fucking like rock it is fuck. And I think as long as you have the confidence when you are bald, I think you rock it pretty much, you know?
I agree.
It's like if you do everything within your power to fucking like hide your bald head, like I do, then you don't have any confidence in it. But like
it's like but yours isn't even bad though.
No, bro, but it's like when I get a fresh shave though, I'm like
it feels like, good.
I'm cooking, bro.
It feels good.
But it's
yeah, guys.
I'm still
it
recently bald for the most part. So like I'm getting used to it mentally, you know? I had long hair.
I've been bald for like 5 years or something, so 6 years.
Yeah, I've had long hair since shit, man. It's 7th or 8th grade. And I didn't like shave my head until what, last year? Is that when you got banned last year?
Yeah.
Or was that 2 years ago?
I think it was like about a little over a year.
Can you refresh people why you got banned, by the way, just real quick?
Yeah, so there's this friend I had called Marin, if you know him on Twitter, Twitch, like MAWARIN or MARAN. I don't know. This Marin guy, he's going live. I think it's like Mindroon Monday or something. It's this like bit he had on stream. So we'd go in and he was saying crazy shit, I think. And then it was basically like I told him I'm
going to kill you.
Yeah, that's what it was. So because I said this specific message in my friend's chat, who I think I was modded in it too. I think I was a mod and like it like allowed it to go through. I got triggered by the auto mod on Twitch's like infrastructure. So they flagged my message, sent it to whoever reviews it, which is probably a robot, and then immediately like I got indefinitely suspended from one chat message. It was literally one message. And I think it was a guy in the chat who reported me because he was...
Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy because that guy was being an asshole to the streamer. So to Marin, he was being an asshole. And then I was like, dude, shut up. Like, you're being a loser right now, basically, because he was like attacking his like personal character. So as a mod, I'm like, listen, relax, buddy. Like, chill out. I'm assuming that guy reported me and then it went through, but I got flagged by auto mod and then I got indefinitely suspended, so you can't even make jokes anymore. It's a vague threat, but I would never cash in on it. Look at me, I'm a fat pudgy.
Yeah,
like I'm not doing.
I would
nothing,
never
bro.
kill. I would never.
Okay, well now
I wouldn't even make that threat.
I think I gotta bleep that out just in
Have you
case.
guys
You don't
seen-
have to.
Have you guys seen the video of the guy talking? He made a video on how to not steal Adobe products or some shit.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think we bring that up.
Didn't
last
I
time?
bring
don't
that
think we
up?
did.
Did we?
Yeah,
Fuck, I don't
didn't I bring
remember.
that up last?
Fuck,
Yeah, I'm
maybe.
pretty sure I brought
Shit.
it up. Yeah,
That's-
you remember when
Fuck, you're
I
so
brought that
good,
up last
bro.
week?
Yeah. Sorry, I wanted to look like the smart guy. You know,
I was
You
gonna
never
let
know.
you do it too. I was gonna let you do it, but then I was like, wait a minute.
yeah,
you guys
no.
remember
You
your
saved
SAT
credit.
scores?
Wait a minute.
I'll tell you my.
No, I'm kidding.
Okay. Do you remember your social security number?
I do.
Yes.
Okay, I'll tell you my SAT score if you tell me that.
Dude. Come on.
We could bleep it out.
I don't even know my SAT. I don't.
Oh
Bleep
my
it out,
god.
please.
Now I actually have to fucking go through and do the work.
Bleep it
Fuck,
out and
man.
cover his mouth, because you know there might be deaf people mouth reading the podcast.
Yeah.
You got to bleep that shit out.
They're
No
just reading the
cap.
curvature of his lips and they're like,
Yeah.
hack him now. Yeah.
Yep. That rocks.
Yeah.
I can't.
That's
believe
how
you
much
just
I
did that.
trust these guys.
Yeah.
I would never do anything to steal anybody's identity unless they were a multi-billionaire and they wouldn't miss me buying cheeseburgers every week. That's about
Thanks for the loan, idiot.
it.
Thanks for
Thank
the
you for
credit
the
Alex-
loan
Alex,
on my
check your-
car.
Check your DMs real quick.
Yeah, check your mailbox real quick.
I already know there's just going to be a message that says KOIS inside of it. Was I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
He said KYS and oob too.
Okay, well,
It's like first just aggro for no reason.
yeah. Listen, he's sick. We'll give beandip the day off. He can
Thank you.
he can claim vague threats at us. You
Not
know?
actually the
I
day
also-
off. It's like you still have to be here and record this with us. But like, you know,
yeah,
you can-
yeah. Like you
Listen,
still have to
I-
easier day,
be
easier
present,
workload.
but
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
I was thinking today, like, I was sick and I was like, I'm still going to record. Like, if we're down, like, you know, not everything has to be 100% in life. And that's kind of what I'm learning. There's a balance. And, you know, you don't always got to be on. Like, last night, DJ Cumboy ended his stream and he said, beandip, go live. Beandip, go live. And he rated me before I went live. And, you know, I was like, fuck it. I'm not 100%, but I'm going to do it anyway. And I had a good time, and I played piano for everybody. So
That's pretty sick. I think
Yeah.
like sometimes we need the push. Sometimes like we really just like are having a horrible day and you need that friend to be like, grow up, pussy, do it. And then you just like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Like I'm like 60% right now. I might cough up a lung. I don't care. Like I'm just gonna have fun. And I think
I mean,
that
especially
was
with streaming, because
commendable.
like streaming
Yeah.
is one of those things where like, especially when you're sick, you are not feeling it. You do not want to do it. But usually when you do it, people show up and you'll have a good time no matter what.
yeah.
when you do,
When you do it. Do.
dude. But you know
Poop
who
joke.
rated me last night?
Who?
Papa, bro. Back to the,
Oh, number one Glazer. Okay.
I don't know how to handle like 200 people in my chat, so I just
Yeah. The best
But,
thing to do
yeah.
is to close your chat and just ignore that they're there. That's the pro strat.
Yeah, just don't acknowledge any of them.
Yeah,
You
don't
should
acknowledge
actually, when you
raids,
raid-
hosts,
when they-
follows,
When they're all
subs.
typing, you should be like, guys, I'm really nervous right now, so I'm actually like imagining you all naked to get over my nervousness. that's a
Kitty
good
Sparkle
icebreaker.
number 32. I'm imagining you naked, not for anything weird. I need to get over my nervousness.
Yeah, and then you see the
Not
and then you see the
anything
chat
weird.
message. Then you see the chat message. I'm 17. Sorry.
Wow.
Let me
Are we-
know.
dude.
Let me know. Do you love the way I talk when I'm talking about? See, and that's why you record in OBS. So you can always have moments like that ready. There you go.
Oh my god.
Are we? No. Am I gonna be the ignoble? Is that the fate lined up for me?
I don't think so.
I think all of us could at like individual points be the ignoble. You know.
I think
Yeah.
when Ignoble came on the podcast, he had some shit like on his shoulder that he needed to get off. He
Dude,
was aggro. I love that shit.
I loved when he called us fat R words. That shit was so fucking funny.
Yeah,
Why are you
That shit was
censoring
so
it?
funny.
Why are you,
Dude,
why
I
are you
don't know.
censoring it?
Fine, he called us fat retards, bro. It's like, sorry, I like to clean up my vocab a little bit. Sometimes,
It's okay.
you know, I feel a little bit of like guilt
Is
for
that gonna get us
using...
demonetized? I don't
Dude,
know.
his mom's gonna be watching, bro.
Whose mom? Dude, your mom's probably gonna be watching before. My mom knows that we have a podcast, but I have never like sent her the link. She told me one day to send her the link, and I was like, yeah, I'll do that when we get home for sure.
I think if I sent my
Just
mom
don't
a link,
watch-
she-
Yeah, just don't watch episode 14 where I talked about jerking off, going to confessional, and then jerking off again to treat myself.
And then I
for going
talked
to
about you,
confessional.
Mom. Don't watch
Yeah.
that one.
I think if I even sent my mom a link, she wouldn't watch it. So
Oh, for sure, mine either.
Like-
Yeah.
but I don't
you
want
just
to
gotta be
risk
like-
it even.
Check it out.
when I play piano for my mom, I play it for her for like 30 seconds. She's like, "Okay, that's great. I don't care anymore." Like she hates classical music. She hates jazz, bro. You know who she likes? Tom McDonald. She listens to Tom McDonald, bro.
W Mom.
Dude,
Mom.
Okay. Can I say recently I have redove down that rabbit hole a little bit, and I watched a bunch of his music videos just to like be like, holy shit, this is fucking insane. And I rediscovered his song. I think it's called like If I Were Black or something. And he
yeah.
he raps about how he would feel if he was black. And it is fucking insane. It is an insane song. Like,
Dude,
obviously, like the big meme with him is like the song that he has with Ben Shapiro, but like his other songs.
That song is about what every white guy feels like once he discovers rap. Well, what
Yeah.
if I was black? You know?
Yeah.
What if I was
Listen,
black?
I was singing along to some Lil Wayne in the car the other day. That shit was fire.
Were you censoring yourself?
So my mom listens to Tom McDonald, and
Okay, be honest. If you are in your car, okay, and this is for the audience, if you are in your car listening to music where a slur of any kind is said, and you're singing along to the song, will you say it if you're in the confines of your vehicle alone?
listen, we won't. We're like therapists. We won't tell anyone.
Okay, this
Because
is
I
how we're
won't
gonna
judge
settle
you.
this. This is how we're gonna
Mhm.
settle this. Type 1 in the comments if you've ever said a slur to things that you are not allowed to say in the comments. Type 2 if you've never done it. There you go.
Type
a
1
one or a 2.
and drop
One.
your full-
Sorry.
Type 1 and drop your full name and link your Facebook, and I won't screenshot it and post it on your Facebook.
Dude, I remember
Yeah, and we
some.
won't post about you. We won't do that. We won't.
I don't know how
blow you
Facebook
up.
works.
Dude, I remember it was
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 years ago. Some kid like was like found my Twitter and he was like flaming me because I said something and I guess it popped up on his For You page where he was searching a keyword that was in my tweet or whatever, and he was just like flaming me for like no reason. And it was some like 17-year-old kid. So, I found his Facebook and his mom and his grandma and his aunt, and like in the in the replies to this tweet where he's flaming me, and I was like, do you really think Karen would like to see her grandson talking like this?
Oh my gosh.
Like, I didn't.
When did
like,
you do
put
this, man?
This was like 3 years ago. This is like, okay, look, I was never gonna. I would never do anything with that information. I would never actually like release someone's information out there. But I like dropped, you know, a first name, so that he knew that I knew. I just wanted to teach a lesson to the youth. Okay,
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
there's
yeah,
nothing
yeah.
wrong with teaching a lesson to the youth, letting them know how dangerous the internet can be. Okay? That's all that was. It was a learning moment for him.
You're a
And
good Samaritan.
And I
I
was
think
the
you
mentor.
just confessed to a something that's not necessarily. I don't know. It's gray area. I think that's a gray area. We might have to.
I think
bleep
I was
that
being
out.
harassed, so I protected myself
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
and
dude,
taught a
It's
lesson in the
pla-
process.
Playground rules. I understand. I get
Yeah.
it.
100%.
Yeah.
He did it
yeah.
first.
Yeah.
Have you
He
guys
did it
ever gone to?
first. Anti-bullying. He did it first.
Did you guys ever get into fights in like elementary school?
No, I've never been in a fist fight in my entire life. But if I did get in one, I would, as he was coming out to me, I'd pull my pants down and I would try to hug him.
That's so fire. I love
Defuse
that.
the situation entirely.
That's a
So would
huge. That's a bomb diffused. I can't lie. That's huge
Mhm.
on demolition. Yeah.
Would you do that as an adult to like another to another adult? I mean, like,
Yeah.
because
Good
I
save.
asked about elementary school, and okay, listen.
Good save
never
right there.
mind.
Would you do
If
that
you
to
were-
a teacher if you were an adult?
If you were
Yeah, there
fighting
you go.
Joe Rogan, would you do that to Joe Rogan?
Would you pants yourself and hug Joe Rogan butt naked below your belt?
Because
It's
it just doesn't seem.
it's
It
like-
just seems like you're. It wouldn't stop a guy like. It wouldn't stop me, of course.
No, but I
I
think
would
it would
hug
be.
back.
I think it would be really funny. I think if Joe Rogan was like running at you full steam and you just pull down your pants, like
Yeah.
I think
That
that
would
is
definitely.
just that would go on World Star for sure.
That would like create some evolutionary response where he would flee for sure.
Yeah. Oh,
It
Because,
did,
absolutely.
it
because nobody wants to see this below the belt. When I pull down my pants, nobody wants to see that. So everybody will just run away. So it's perfect.
And he would turn to his fucking girlfriend on the sidelines and be like, "I can't fucking do this
Kissy.
anymore. Kissy, kissy."
Kissy,
And then
kissy.
What about Paul Walker? Sorry, I just have to bring him up every podcast.
Dude, it's like Paul Walker. Dude, I don't know. I think that we would meet in the middle.
Dude, Uber. You've been
Dude,
addicted to that.
let-
What does that photo even mean, by the way? It's popping up
so,
everywhere now.
So yeah, it's this meme that's been popping up on Twitter. It's been it's called the cook dog. If anybody doesn't know what it is, but the trend is the cave diver meme. That's been happening on TikTok where it has the song where it's if Future is feature where it's like let me know. Let me know. And the Future comes in and goes, do you like the way I talk on your body? And it's just like a really goofy, like little snippet. And then they just put the dog over it with a vine boom. So you just hear a vine boom go off. Like, it's just like, it's very like meme centric type of humor. A little Gen Z, probably too Gen Z. But I'm basically the Gen Z. I'm the unk of Gen Z because I'm 29. But
You're the unk of Gen Z. Holy shit.
well, I'm a millennial, but I'll call myself the unk of Gen Z because I feel like I'm tapped in, bro. I feel like I'm talking circles around beandip. Beandip doesn't even
Dude,
know who
my little siblings
who
fucking
FaZe Clan
hated
is.
it.
He doesn't know anything.
My little siblings fucking hate it when I rock up, like talking like they do or like their friends do. And it's like, sorry,
Yeah.
I'm terminally online. No, but like genuinely, like I'm on the internet all the time, so it's like my vernacular is that of
Brain rot.
fucking brain rot Gen Z. I've been trying to fix my brain rot though, but
I had to teach
It's
my boss what
unfixable.
being loud was.
Would you scream at her? Listen.
No, like,
what
you
did
know,
you
when
say?
you're- When you're smelling loud.
Oh, okay.
oh, like weed, dude.
Wait.
Shit.
Wait.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't teach her. Like, I didn't smoke with her, but like.
I think I got validated in like my brain rot Gen Z ADHD shit because my sister, who's 5 years older, is child. We were at like a VR thing, like a VR experience, and he's coming and going, what the Sigma? Like he's saying like skibbity toilet, like all this like garbage shit, and I'm like, I know exactly what he's saying, but like my friend who's marrying my sister is like, they have no idea what the fuck this kid's talking about, neither does the mom. So I'm sitting there like the only one tapped in with this like fucking 12-year-old kid. I'm like, this is bad. This is bad that I know everything that he's saying, and he's like skirting around saying like bad things in front of his mom, like swear words and slurs. Like he's just like, like it's bad. It's like the kids are actually brain rotted from shit now. So don't have iPad babies. Don't have Cocoa melon, it'll rot their brains. Don't do it.
Put them down for bed.
Just dance fruit in front of them. Just take fruit in your hands and go la 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 la.
Dude, those videos of like where the parents will turn on the Cocoa Melon sound or whatever, and babies will literally start running to
Cocoa
it.
Melon. All the kids are like waddle there.
The
like,
fucking Pavlov to congregate around the
Yes.
fucking TV.
It's bad, bro. It's really bad.
That rocks.
My brother's kids are exactly like that. Like they're like fucking addicted. They're just as soon as that bell rings, they're there. It's like Taco Bell at 3 a.m. if you were drunk, but for children. Exactly.
I miss Taco
You always
Bell,
get
bro.
it. You always get it. Yeah, good Taco Bell. I do too.
It's
I just
crazy that
miss
like
Taco
I have a
Bell,
great
even bad
Taco Bell by me. I have hair. You know, it's like, damn.
What the
yeah.
fuck, bro? Are you just like naming everything that's good about your life? Are you just trying to put us down because we're bald and fucking don't like Taco Bell anymore?
Yeah, but your mom doesn't like to listen to you play piano. You ain't got no fucking bitches. You sick right now. You got fucking...
Fuck out of her.
How is it possible that the same person that hates listening to piano will listen to Tom McDonald? Like it. I
think
don't know.
I think you just told us that your mom has no.
I can see your mom in the
music.
car fucking, if I was
Inclination.
black, I'd be pissed. Right on, don't even
W mom. W mom chat. W mom. Shout out mom.
Dude, she yeah, I don't know. And she every time I talk to her about it, she's like, his music isn't even political. Like she doesn't even listen to the lyrics.
Oh
She's
my
like, I
god,
just like
she's
the
one of
beats.
those, bro.
Oh my God.
She's the type of person who listens to Kendrick is like, this shit ain't political. I just like it for like swimming pools.
He ain't even talking about Drake. He just likes mustard.
mustard.
Okay.
I put it on my hot dog. Like what?
What does mustard on the beat mean, guys? I still don't know.
Oh my god.
I still don't know.
We
I'm
can't
sorry.
save you. We can't save you if you don't know how to use Google. I'm sorry. We can't
So you
help
know
you.
how in every rap song ever, there's a tag, like a producer tag.
Yeah, and it goes mustard on the beat.
Yeah. So Mustard is a guy. It's the guy who made the beats.
I thought that was DJ
Mustard is a guy? I thought he was a condiment.
I thought that was DJ Khaled.
Dude, we gotta study your brain. There's more than one guy who makes beats. I'm sorry.
I thought he was. Is he not Maybach music?
No, Maybach music is Rick Ross.
Rick Ross?
Maybach music.
I thought he was Rick Ross. See how confusing it is?
It's not that confusing, actually. You're confused about one guy being another guy, but like everyone
another
else
guy.
is just who they say they are.
Yeah,
I will say though, Mike Dean is the GOAT.
he is the GOAT. I think out of anybody who you could relate to in the rap like sphere, you would be closely related to Mike Dean because he just sits there on synths all day and goes.
Yeah, dude. And he plays guitar.
Yeah, and he just smokes fat blunts all day and gets cooked in his
He
studio.
does. He takes videos of just like the dude. I swear,
He's got the fucking
Mike
ash
Dean,
coming down into like
dude,
the drop
it's
D guitar.
huge.
Yeah, it's
Like
bad.
they're huge,
it's also
man.
good. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a blunt guy. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, do you think if you smoke that much weed, like it fries your brain to like the point where like you, like
Absolutely.
he's beyond the point of addiction. I feel like I'm not trying to like I'm not trying to like judge anybody. I'm just saying from like a purely like physiological. Okay, he is, but like for me, from a like purely physiological, like non-addiction side of it, like how much does it fuck up your brain? Because I don't feel like people have studied that from extended like marijuana use. Like I just have no idea. Because I know I feel stupider when I smoke, but
Dude,
I
it's like,
take long
I'm sorry,
breaks.
but anyone I've met who consistently smokes is dumb as fuck. Like a lot of those people, I say that lovingly, like you're just dumb as fuck and I love you. But the people that I don't like and smoke weed a lot, you're dumb as fuck and I hate you. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, makes
no
sense.
between.
no, but like
It's one or the other.
It's like definitely it inhibits your ability to function on like a normal level.
But like I also see people who do really well on it, and like you would never tell. So like where's the I don't know where the disconnect is, because like so many people smoke weed and it doesn't seem like a big deal for some people.
I mean, some people don't smoke a lot of weed and some people smoke a little bit of weed. But like also you have to factor in like the fact that people have different tolerances. You know, some
Body
people
composition.
some people can smoke a lot of weed and be fine.
Yeah.
And like they've been doing it for years, so they like can function fine too. But like it just helps like level them out. But like most people, I would say, aren't like that. You know what I mean? It's kind of like it's kind of like people who say they're autistic. It's like most of you probably aren't autistic. You're just
Yeah, can we stop
fucking
using
weird.
autism as an excuse, please?
No, dude, shut the fuck up. I want to be quirky and unique, okay? I just said quirky and that sucked. But like people like genuinely, it's like people want to be different and like they want an excuse for their shitty behavior.
Dude, also like if you've ever like I've worked with the public a lot. Like when you're a human IRL, you're like, "Oh, I actually don't have autism."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just very prevalent in the RuneScape
a sliver
space,
of it.
especially. Yeah, I mean,
But,
it's
like,
obviously there's a spectrum. But
It
like
is a spectrum,
but like most people, it's like who say they're autistic have never talked to anyone professionally about it, and they play RuneScape and their interests are a little weird, so they say they're autistic. And it's like, okay, it's like, no, you just like grindy games and have a unique taste in like what you like. And it's like, that's not autism. That's just that's your normal. That is like that's just what you're into.
It's your baseline. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't know, man. It definitely does take away from people who actually have it though. And it's like annoying.
yeah, it's pretty weird.
But like, what the fuck do I know? I've never been tested, but I'm autistic, like for sure. So like, I don't even know like anything.
So you're part of the problem.
Yeah.
No.
It's like I should get actually tested. I've been told
I would love to
get
tested.
Yeah, I've been told by 3 doctors that it's very likely, but I just haven't been actually tested for it yet.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in public with you, like when we like met up at TwitchCon, and like you were like definitely stimming, and like many times, and obviously that's like a like physical quirk that you can see, but at the same time, you know, when I am high and I want to bite the ridges of the vape like you, then we're gonna go ahead and bite the ridges of the vape.
Was he talking about the ridges of a vape? And
yeah, so we had a mint vape, or well, he had a mint vape that he bought, and I was like, we were both high, we were under the influence, so we were like touching the ridges of this vape, and it was just like very like textiled, and like, you know, like when you're high and you're just like something like feels like different in a way, like different than you'd expect, so it's like just very enhanced. So like in his case, I think he was chewing on it.
I was dragging my teeth across it, which is sounds awful to like do that to something, but like I don't know, it felt I remember also specifically
tactile.
Yeah, I remember specifically fucking Zoe Pancakes was wearing like really, really fuzzy socks. And she was wearing one of them was inside out.
You have mentioned this.
Yeah, and a string was coming off it. And I was just like, I didn't even realize I was doing it. I was just talking to someone. I was doing like this to the string that was hanging on. I wasn't touching her foot and being weird, but I was so. It
was like
weird.
I was
definitely being weird, but I was just grabbing the string.
It was like a ball of like string poking out like an inch away. So it's not like he was like resting on it. He was just like doing this with it.
Yeah, and then I realized what I was doing, and I was like, oh my god, is it okay if I'm doing this? Like, I'm so sorry. And she's like, yeah, it's fine. I'm like, okay, thank God. And I just kept doing what I was doing.
Yeah, so anyways, I'm just going to keep doing this.
Yeah, it was so fucking funny, man. That was
funny.
the best night. That shit rocked.
That was definitely the best night of the trip, easily. It was a good time.
For sure. A vanilli%.
Yeah.
So yeah, beandip, what happened last time you were high?
Never been high. And my mom watches, so I will tell you.
She only watches the first 30 seconds.
I will tell you though.
Yeah,
I have been high off of narcotics, and it sucks.
What are narcotics exactly? Like in this? So what is that like? Oxycodone, like pain pills?
It was Oxycontin. what I was
Oxycontin.
I
high
took
off
some of those in high school.
And like, dude, like I wanted.
Oh, I remember
it
that
was
story.
weird because I kind of wanted more, but like it's just like you get put in a trance, and like
Okay.
everything, dude, everything lags. It's horrible, but it's
Yeah.
also not bad. I don't know.
It's IRO
You get-
lag.
I think
You
Alex
also
and I
get-
have talked about this.
You also
Like,
get really tired, like
Dude,
after
yeah.
a certain point. I remember because at the time, like my high school had 7 periods, I think, for classes in a
Mhm.
day. And by the time I hit 5th period, dude, it was after lunch, and like, oh my god, I fucking was sitting in my chair and I'd be like this.
yeah, dude.
Fucking nodding
And then my
off.
teacher fucking was getting pissed off because I was falling asleep in class. Obviously, she made me stand up at the back of the class, and I fell asleep standing up.
Mhm.
You're the goat for that.
Yeah.
Unironically.
I don't
I
think I
got
could
ISS.
ever stand up and pass out.
It was bad.
That'd be hard.
Have you ever
yeah.
gotten into the shower with clothes, an article of clothing still on by accident?
Never.
Yes, I did that with socks when I was like very drunk, I think.
I wasn't drunk.
Yeah.
I'm just stupid.
Oh,
I,
yeah, makes sense.
I was spending the summer at my grandparents', and like I had like the entire basement to myself, where they had like it's basically like an apartment down there.
Okay.
And I like got into my shower, and I was wearing both my socks and boxers still. I just got into the shower. I wasn't drunk, anything. I just wasn't there in my brain. And I told my
Fire.
grandfather about it, and still to this day, this was fucking years ago now, 10, 11 years ago. And still to this day, he brings up what he refers to as the meatball shower. And he would call me a meatball for doing that.
Your grandpa sounds like a cool dude.
My grandpa's
Yeah.
awesome, except for the time where when I first got gauges, and I was going to visit them afterwards, they wrote down on like a piece of paper a bunch of things they wanted to talk to me about.
Oh,
Have a
God.
serious conversation.
Yeah.
And the only 2 things I remember from this paper is gay earrings, and at the time I identified as an atheist. So it just in big letters it was atheist thing question mark question mark question mark question mark.
Might
And that was
be atheist? Question mark. But
was awesome.
let's start with the gay earrings. Let's get
Yeah,
let's get that
gay
out of the way.
earrings. Gay earrings first for sure. We got to ease into it. Yeah, that was really funny.
Did they figure it out for you?
No.
Or what?
No one. Okay, fun fact. No one in my family even knows. I have not consciously told anyone that I'm like in my family that I'm pan because I genuinely just don't care to. I don't care to have that conversation at
I
20
We're
didn't
talking
really
about
know
the
business.
atheist thing, man.
Oh, no. I figured that out. Because I'm the fucking
Oh, okay.
goat, okay?
What do you believe
Sorry.
in?
I just
You-
wanted
you
to
just-
like let it die right there.
Yeah. I wanted a long dramatic pause, right?
Yeah.
I'm a little
yeah.
sick, so
No,
things are flying by me right now.
I don't even know when I started like changing that. I felt like saying I was atheist was super extreme,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like denying something that could be there. So I was like, I'm more agnostic. It's just I genuinely just don't care. Like there could be something there, there could be something there. I have no stake in it. I'm not bothered. Let's talk about my gay
That's fair.
earrings instead. How about?
I say we talk about religion one podcast. That'd
I
be
say we
so
don't
fun.
talk about that ever at all. I think that would be. an
I feel like if
awful
we have a
thing.
religion podcast, we need to be sitting inside of a church in pews and do a live recording.
Would that go
on
hard?
Patreon. Subscribe to Patreon and we'll do it.
Yeah.
And then we'll all have a confessional booth that we'll go into and we'll talk about all
The
of our
confessional
life's
episode.
problems.
That'd be
Yeah, that
awesome.
actually
Or
be
we
sick.
could go to the. We could do it in a masjid. That'd be cool.
The
Let's go to the
masjid.
Vatican.
Am I saying that right? The
It's
masjid?
masjid.
Masjid, okay. Sorry.
And Jannah is actually pronounced Jannah.
Jannah. Okay.
Jannah. No, you didn't do it right.
Jannah.
It's not. You're
Yep.
just stop.
Jen
It's not good at all.
McBalls.
Shut
Sorry.
up, white boy. You don't know more than me.
Dude, Islam is so. I'm just gonna say Islam is so interesting, and
It is.
the unique thing about Islam is the language, like Arabic, is center point to the religion and culture. It's
Yeah.
much more interconnected than other religions. Like you can be a Buddhist. Like right now, you could be a Buddhist and you're a Buddhist. But culturally, you have your own culture. But when you're a Muslim, for the most part, there is a Muslim culture. So, when people say like, oh, I don't like X, and they say, well, you can't be racist towards Muslims. Well, actually, there's a link there of cultures. So, I don't know. Anyway, what about your gay earrings, though?
Cultural racism. Back to the gay earrings. Let's go.
Yeah. So, anyways,
he was gonna talk to me after the podcast for that one.
I got one ear pierced, my left ear, and then I started gauging my left ear because I only wanted to do one ear at first to make sure I actually liked it. And then I was like, why the fuck did I do this? Because I can't tell if I'll like it unless it's there.
Yeah.
But at that point, I already had it's like, these are so small now comparatively, but they won't ever close up. Like, this is about as small as they'll get, so I just
mine are the same.
in there.
I had like so I got my ears pierced at like Piercing Pagoda, which is a place in like most malls in America. It's like a little it's like you pay like $30 and like a licensed person will spray alcohol on it and use a piercing gun and just punch a hole through your ear.
Yep.
So I did that. And I had those ear holes for a while. They're like 18 or 16 millimeter diameter, whatever it's called, where it's like I don't gauges work backwards. So like when you get like a ear piercing, like it goes from like 18, 16, 14, and it just keeps getting bigger until you're at like 0. So I did a lot of research online when I was in my emo phase where I dyed my hair and stretched my ears. And I wanted to I bought like a stretching kit from, I think it was actually somebody who I was interested in at the time, somebody who I wanted to date. They just had like leftover stuff, which also was not sanitary, and I boiled it and it was gross, but it was just like free basically. It was like $10. So just a bunch of these things to like train your ear to like make them big, and then I'd use my own attachments. Like I had like it's like a cone that like you put in your ear. Yeah, so it's like a tapered like edge, and then you like push the new piercing through. So I think I skipped 2 or 3, and I felt like a rip in my ear because of the elasticity of it, but I didn't actually fuck my ear up, which I'm so thankful for.
You're so lucky. You were so lucky. Yeah.
I think I skipped from like a 12 to like a 8 or like a 6, or it was some like really big jump before you get to like 0 and 00, which is like a quarter size. So it was like I went from like this to like this. It was pretty big. It was a pretty big jump.
Yeah, you are insane for that. It's not as bad with like the lower sizes, but holy fuck, it's still bad. Like I had a friend in high school who blew out their ears. So when I actually went to go fucking like size up, I was so careful. I was using fucking like walls. Like these are tunnels so you can see through them. I was using walls, which is basically these, but filled in. And like I would constantly play with them and stretch them. And then once I would wear them for like 2 or 3 weeks and I felt like they were, my earrings were slipping out a lot, then I would size up. I was so like anal about it. I was so afraid.
Yeah.
You guys, you want to see something interesting?
Yeah.
Sure.
I also pierced my ears. It's hard to tell. You probably can't see it on camera, but I had pierced ears at one point.
Is your piercing still there, or did it close?
No, it's still there. I think about getting them re-pierced, but basically I went to like Thanksgiving and my grandma handed me this note about my gay earrings, so I took them out.
So you also got the gay earring story?
No, I don't think my grandma cares. My brother has pierced ears, maybe.
Wait, Alex,
he did at some point.
Is your mic working? Or are you doing the bit again because you talked and your voice wasn't working? Okay, Alex's setup is fucked. So
we should outro before he can say anything.
I'm back. Fuck you.
Oh damn.
beandip's looking for any reason. Guys, please, we gotta end early.
It's like we can actually outro that. We can actually outro. I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
It was your idea, buddy.
A shorter episode this time because beandip is sick. I also woke up sick. Alex, I think, is in tip-top shape today. He looks amazing. He's great. He's best.
He's glowing, really.
Yeah. I think it's actually the radiators from his computer that makes him glow, but that's just me.
Yeah. My fans keeping me cool. And these fans keeping me hot.
Hey.
You're the best. Thank you for watching.
All right, guys. Well, next time we'll have our religion podcast, and we're going to bring on Jebrim. We're gonna talk to Jebram.
Low key, if we had a Jebram podcast in a church or in his F-350 lifted truck, I might lose my mind. That would actually be a goated podcast. Can you imagine that?
That would be pretty good.
We'll talk Denim. His girlfriend leaving him over cereal.
How was it to be on Ice Poseidon's podcast?
Yes.
Or,
No
stream,
way that
stream.
guy was on Ice Poseidon's podcast.
He was on Ice Poseidon's stream.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he met Ice Poseidon, shook his hand.
Here's the thing I'll leave you with. We're forward looking. Just because we have a podcast with somebody or we talk about an idea does not mean we support it, does not mean it doesn't really give our stance on something. In fact, I think, and I differ from a lot of people, and I'm not speaking for anybody else. Personally, I feel that interacting with either bad faith actors or ideologies you don't like is important.
See, and I don't agree with that, and that's why we have beandip on every single podcast.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude.
All right, well, as again, this is the 14th episode of Terminally Online. We appreciate you hanging out. Unfortunately, Mason wasn't here today, but we got to talk about drama,
politics, religion.
Politics, religion, our parents watching the podcast, and stretching our earlobes. Guys, thank you for watching. We love you. Support on Patreon if you would like to. We're going to have more content coming. Alex's new video is probably going to come out pretty soon. We're going to do that bit, and we'll put it on Patreon. It will be an exclusive, and then we'll release it later on YouTube. And yeah, go ahead and follow us in the description. Subscribe to us. Do the thing. Yeah, I love you. We love you.
Give me $40.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.
Give me $40.